Saudi Arabia's former Crown Prince, His Royal Highness Prince Sultan Bin Abdulaziz, believed that creative scientific solutions were needed. Therefore, in 2002, he established the Prince Sultan Bin Abdulaziz International Prize for Water to award cutting-edge innovation in water science. The Prince Sultan Bin Abdulaziz International Prize for Water is a non-profit, non-governmental organization. It has special consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council and is an observing member of the UN's Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space. It co-organizes the International Conference on the Use of Space Technology for Water Management in various countries around the world. Indeed, many prize winners have utilized space technology in their research. In order to award innovation in every aspect of water science, the Prince Sultan Bin Abdulaziz International Prize for Water offers a suite of 5 prizes covering the entire water research landscape. For its 8th awards in 2018, the Creativity Prize is awarded to the team of Dr. Andre Geim and Dr. Rahul Nair of the National Graphene Institute, Manchester University, for developing novel graphene oxide membranes that will enable energy-efficient and high-volume water filtration and desalination. The Creativity Prize is also awarded to the team of Dr. Gunther Bloschel of the Vienna University of Technology and Dr. Murugesu Sivapalan of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign for developing the new field of socio-hydrology, a groundbreaking paradigm for water management and a new validated approach for studying the dynamic interactions and bidirectional feedbacks between water systems and people. The Surface Water Prize is awarded to Dr. Wilfried Brutzart of Cornell University for developing, demonstrating and validating a new theory that can generate unprecedented estimates of evaporation from the natural landscape. The Groundwater Prize is awarded to Dr. Martinus Theodorus van Genuchten of the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro for the development and application of key theoretical and software tools that describe water flow and contaminant transport in the subsurface. The Alternative Water Resources Prize is awarded to the team of Dr. Omar Yagi of the University of California, Berkeley, and Dr. Evelyn Wang of MIT for creating a solar-powered device that uses an innovative porous metal organic framework, MOF, to capture water from the atmosphere. The Water Management and Protection Prize is awarded to the team of Dr. Jim W. Hall and Dr. Eduardo Borgameo of the Environmental Change Institute, University of Oxford, for developing and applying a new risk-based framework to assess water security and plan water supply infrastructure in times of climate change.
Present to you the Prince Sultan Bin Abdulaziz International Prize for Water. We are a water prize that awards innovation in water research. We're a global prize open to all people, all researchers from around the world. The prize was established by His Royal Highness Prince Sultan Bin Abdulaziz. He realized from his situation in his own country and from around the world that there was a water crisis looming. He realized this decades ago, and he realized the only way to stop this is with action. And some of this action can be political, social, but it would also require innovative scientific solutions, as well as the will to adopt them. And he wanted to establish a prize to encourage innovation in science, to provide water to people around the world. This was shared by his son, Prince Khalid bin Sultan, who is now the chairman of the prize. He emphasizes the need for political will, cooperation between governments, between nations, social action as well. But he also stresses that none of this will work unless we have the scientific applications and solutions to apply when those applications are needed. And so the Prince Sultan Bin Abdulaziz International Prize for Water was established in the year 2002 and was first awarded in 2004 and is awarded every 2 years. It's awarded every 2 years since 2004, and we've just recently given an award in 2018, our 8th award, at the UN headquarters in New York. And I will later on introduce you to the prize winners. But the Prince Sultan Bin Abdulaziz International Prize for Water is not just a prize, it is also a water research organization, a non-profit NGO. In Saudi Arabia, it has established the prize chair for water research, where it focuses on water harvesting and storage under the uncertainties of climate change. Climate change affects projects like water harvesting very heavily because it brings in uncertainty. In many areas, most areas around the world, we expect, especially in Saudi Arabia, water scarcity to increase. A decrease in precipitation, an increase in drought, but that's not everywhere. In some areas, the opposite's happening. We have flooding, we have increased rainfall. But one thing that's happening all over Saudi Arabia and most of the Arab regions of the world is whether the rainfall increases or decreases, the frequency decreases and the severity of rainfall increases. So you have severe rainfall when it happens. And this is extremely crucial for water harvesting and recharge. And so they developed under the, originally with the prize appointed Zakai Shin as a chair of the research chair. And he is one of the people that won the Nobel Prize with the Committee for Climate Change. So this is the logo of the Prince Sultan Research Chair. We have projects that are worked with in Saudi Arabia with respect to the research chair. The King Fahd Water and Harvesting and Storage Project, other projects to develop the hamlets so people do not have to migrate to the cities have been developed as well in cooperation with the chair. So the chair is very active in practical projects in Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. The Prince Sultan Bin Abdulaziz International Prize for Water has a strong relationship with the United Nations as an NGO. We belong to the UN COPUOS, and we're also where we attend the meetings twice a year and advise on the use of water in space technology. We are also have status with ECOSOC. With the United Nations Office of Outer Space Affairs, we have a memorandum of understanding, and we involved ourselves in the Space and Water Conference, which we give every 3 years in different countries around the world. In Riyadh, in Buenos Aires, in Rabat, and most recently in Pakistan. And they also help us in coordinating the award ceremony, which happens at the UN headquarters on a revolving basis between New York and Vienna. We give 5 prizes, which is our main task, of course, is to award these prizes. We have a prize in creativity prize, we have a surface water prize, a groundwater prize, an alternative water resources prize, and a water management and protection prize. So we cover the entire water research landscape with these prizes. The creativity prize is for interdisciplinary work. And organizations, companies, universities can nominate teams of researchers for this prize. And it's worth $266,000. It may seem like a strange number, but that translates to 1 million Saudi riyals, which is the way the prize was originally established. The other 4 prizes, the scientific teams and researchers nominate themselves for these prizes, depending on their fields, and they're worth 133,000 Saudi riyals, which of course is 500,000 Saudi riyals, or 133,000 US dollars. The 9th award is open. The prize nomination system is open on a revolving basis. And so right now we're in the 9th award, and the 9th award will be open until the end of 2019, which afterwards there will be the 10th award, and this award will be awarded by the end of 2020. And so any scientists and researchers who have water-related research, or if you know anyone who does, that's doing cutting-edge, innovative water research, please give them the brochures, encourage them to apply for the prize. We have brochures here that you can take with you. And we're looking for people. We want to give the award to the best people. That is our whole purpose, is to encourage and award scientific research. We also work with different congresses and conventions and conferences to have a grant for participation. So researchers from third world countries and young researchers around the world can attend different conferences about water science at the prize's behest. The 8th award ceremony was held at the United Nations headquarters in New York on October 29th. And we awarded 10 researchers for their prizes. The Creativity Prize was awarded to 2 teams of researchers. The first team was Dr. Andre Gaim and Dr. Rahul Nair for developing from graphene desalination membranes using graphene oxidation laminates. Now most people know Dr. Andre Gaim. He won the Nobel Prize a few years back for developing graphene as a tool, which is now used in an immense different variety of applications. Along with Rahul Nair, though, he won our prize for using graphene oxide laminates to finally achieve a proper desalination membrane using graphene. Because graphene itself expands in water and would clog up the pores. And they found a solution to that using oxide laminates. And so they won the Creativity Prize, which of course is our multidisciplinary prize. That was shared by Dr. Günter Bloschel of the Vienna University of Technology in Austria and Dr. Murugesu Sibakaran from the University of Illinois for developing the new field of sociohydrology. This field studies the interactions between people and water. Not only how the water cycle and the behavior of water affects human behavior, but how human behavior on every level actually affects the water cycle as well. That there's a feedback, a dynamic feedback between the two. And they discovered this, and they discovered how to monitor it and make predictions based on it so water management can be done more successfully. The Surface Water Prize was awarded to Dr. Wilfried Rutzert of Cornell University. He developed a new theory to generate unprecedented estimates of evaporation from the natural landscape. Now anyone working in the field knows that estimates of evaporation are very hard to achieve, but he had managed to achieve this with an extreme level of precision. The Groundwater Prize was awarded to Dr. Martinus van Genochten of the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro for developing key theoretical and software tools to describe water flow and contaminant transport from the subsurface. Interestingly enough, one thing I could mention here is that our prize, even though most of the people that win the prize are senior researchers at the top of their careers, we are not a Lifetime Achievement Prize, we're not a late career prize, we're a prize that awards innovation. And so even though most of our winners, of course, are among the senior researchers in the field, we have young winners, people in their 20s. And what's interesting is that his son, Thijs van Genochten, was part of a team with Dr. Ashok Jalajel that developed an economical way of removing arsenic from groundwater, which is being used and implemented in Bangladesh now. And his son was at that point not even a PhD, but he was part of the team. So his son won the prize in 2012, long before he did, and he's considered one of the senior researchers in groundwater in the world. So the prize is open to anyone who has achieved an innovation in water, and no one should be shy to nominate themselves for the prize. The Alternative Water Resources Prize was awarded to Dr. Omar Yavi of University of California, Berkeley, and Dr. Evelyn Wang of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology for developing a solar-powered device that uses an innovative porous metal organic framework, a MOF, to capture water from the atmosphere. Now this, of course, is technology we all know from the original Star Wars movie. And the idea of putting a device outside in the desert and taking water directly from the atmosphere. And they achieved this with what's called a metal organic framework developed by Dr. Omar Yafi. And he's developed this for many different reasons. He's found metal organic frameworks can actually absorb things from the atmosphere, including carbon dioxide, and they're working on implementations for that, and water. Now the device they had made is totally solar powered. In the day, the water is brought in, absorbed by the metal organic framework, the MOF, and at night it precipitates down into the basin, giving a good quantity of water, even at 5% atmospheric water. So it works extremely well even in arid conditions. And they're calibrating the MOFs to create different MOFs that are more effective at different levels of humidity. Our Water Management Protection Prize was awarded to Dr. Jim W. Hall and Eduardo Borgameo of Oxford University, developed a new risk-based framework to assess water security and plan water supply infrastructure in times of climate change. And this is interesting, this is one of the wins that is specifically dealing with climate change and how to manage water in it. We've also awarded the prize before for people who've managed to estimate the water cycle and what's going to happen to it under climate change. And of course, again, We hope that people will nominate themselves and those they know, encourage them to nominate for the prize. Thank you very much for your time.